guys, and welcome back to this week's update on the 30-gallon mixed reef. And I know I haven't done a video in quite some time. There's a few reasons for that. Nothing really has been going on for the tank, so I haven't really had a video to do anything on. But I've done a bunch of things with the tank. I've actually added a bit of livestock as well, and placed some of my coral down from the frag rack, which I'm going to show you. So I don't want this video being too long because I do have quite a lot to explain, so I'm going to dive straight into it. Alright, so starting with the added livestock that I've got into the tank. As you can see, I am this is some footage that I got from a few days ago when I got my they're called giant peppermint shrimps. They're not true peppermint shrimps. They're called giant peppermint shrimps, which they're just these clear peppermints, and they're supposed to, which I actually did see them eating in the shop at the time, eating Aptasias, and that's why I got them. A little bit pricey, unfortunately. I think I spent 60. How much was it? I think I'm pretty sure it was 60 quid for 4 of these, so £15 each, which it is quite expensive. But for peppermint shrimps, you are going to pay a minimum of about 10 quid. I already do have one of these in here, so an added 4 would make that 5 peppermint shrimps, and they've only been in there for, I think, well, I got them on Saturday, I think. Yes, that'll be about nearly a week, I think, about 4 or 5 days now, and I've already seen them eating Aptasias. Well, only one at least. There was one at the back behind a rock that I've been keeping my eye on for quite some time now, and all of a sudden I add in these 4 peppermint shrimps, and that's all gone now. That Aptasia is not there anymore, which is brilliant. So they definitely do eat them. They're only going to go for the smaller ones. So as for the large ones, I'm going to have to get those ones with the anti-Aptasia from NT Labs, I believe, which there's not many big ones. Most of them are quite small. The one that they ate at the back was a decent sized one. It was about a medium sized one, but as for giant big Aptasias, I don't really have any in here. They're all kind of loads of little ones everywhere, so they should start clearing those up slowly. I think it might take maybe up to a month for them to really get on top of it. So it's good to know they at least work. I didn't waste my money, because that's the only thing that was putting me off. If they were like 20 quid for 4 of them, then yeah, I would have got like loads of them. But it's just that it was 60 quid, and it was a risky thing really, because it's a decent amount of money for something that may or may not actually clear up my problem. So yeah, 4 peppermints, that's what's been added. Oh, sorry. And as for cyanobacteria, which is a problem that I did have, you can see in the tank already, that's all gone. No, not a speck of it left in the tank, and that's by using this, if you can see it, there it is, Red Cyano RX by Blue Life. This cleared it up in, believe it or not, under 24 hours. To be honest, I think it was about 16 hours. I put 1 dose of this, 1 dose, that was it, in the morning before the lights came on. And then the next morning I woke up, checked the tank, couldn't find anything. The sand was starting to layer in cyano. The rocks were covered in it. It was really stringy, sliming off corals. It was all over the wave pumps. It was the sponge filter, the mechanical filtration on the top there was collecting loads of it that went down there. And it was just everywhere. Next morning it's all gone. So I'm actually really impressed by this stuff. So if you do have a cyanobacteria problem, I really recommend you getting this. The only issue with this stuff is it's not expensive, but it's not cheap. I think I'm pretty sure it was £17, which is about $20, $25. So it's a little bit pricey, it's a little bit steep, but it's probably one of the only ways you're going to have to get rid of your cyano permanently as well. And what's good with this is I'm pretty sure this they only do one size of this bottle, which is this little tiny, compared to my hand, it's just a tiny little thing. I believe it can treat 13 or 1400 litres, which is a lot. This is only a 125 litre tank, so I could dose this tank about 10 times without, I could have cyano problems with this tank for 10 times before I run out of this stuff. So you can treat a lot with just this little thing. So brilliant stuff. I really recommend you use that if you do have a cyano problem. You can now see on the frag rack that there is only three corals on here. There's this green plate with a bit of red on there as well. There's whatever that is. I think that's forest fire digi and red digi. And on the end here, if we look on this side, that is it's coated in hammer. Not hammer. It is a hammer coral, but it is coated in hair algae, annoyingly. So what I've placed is these two that have actually merged together now, they've grown into each other now. So it's now one big coral, and that's forest fire digi. So it's the same as this. It's basically red digi, which it does look orange, but it is red. It's basically the same thing, but with green tips. All green tips around the edge. All the new growth is green. It doesn't look like that at the moment because it's severely damaged. The tank it came out of was where it was kind of underneath a rock, not really getting that much light or flow, and it was kind of struggling. So it's just recovering, and it probably will take several months before it's fully recovered. Shading this green plate ever so slightly, but nothing serious. It's only a green plate that is getting plenty of light at the bottom, and it is going to grow out as well, out towards this GSP area, so it's going to catch the light. Also, this acro, this is a barley slimer, but it's like a dark green version. Not sure if I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to keep it in the tank just to add a little bit more colour into it instead of it being up onto this frag rack. And I've just noticed this acro here is wobbling. I've only just noticed that, so I'm going to have to fix that after I've done this video. What else did I add in? I think that was it for corals. Oh no, this little green plate here as well. I probably might move this down here a little bit more. It's similar to this, just a different strain of it. It's not doing that well, so I'm not really too sure what I'm going to do with it. But I'm just going to keep it alive for now. Just keep it in the middle there. It's getting a decent amount of light, decent amount of flow. So that should do just fine. As for zoas, I know I said that I was going to get like a delivery of these like a month or two ago, which I will get maybe over the next week or two. Yeah, within the next 2 weeks, I want to get another delivery of these in, maybe about 4 or 5 zoas in, get this whole rock covered in zoas, because this will be the main focus point of the tank. I swear to you it will be, because zoas are really colourful. I've got this acan here as well, which does look like a zoa actually. I'm going to keep this next to it, not on it, because it will sting it. Something I do need to fix up in the tank is all this pulse coral that's spored off everywhere where I've trimmed it down inside the tank. I want to remove all of this when I can. Really, it's quite a big job to do, which is it's going to take some time. It's going to take some stress, but it's not something I really want to do. But it has to be done because this is growing into this hammer coral here, so it's quite annoying. So I'm going to have to deal with that when I can. As for hair algae, which is one of the issues, I can't really do anything about that. I can't add any fish in here because there's nothing that's small enough that will hit algae, well, eat it that quick. I've got this algae blenny, which God knows where he's gone, underneath the rock somewhere. He kind of scoots about everywhere. He does pick at it a little bit, but not enough to clear all of it up. It's one of those things that would just clear up on its own. You can see on the back paw it's very brown. That's just the film of hair algae that I'm going to have to probably just try scraping that off, see if it comes back or not. Yeah, it's very annoying. It doesn't look that pleasant in the tank. It's annoying, but it will go eventually. I will get it sorted out. This Spotloporal coral is doing really nice. You can see the colour on it is really good. Really pinky purple tips with the green polyps, and then it's really growing. So this is one of my favourite corals in here actually, for colour wise. Actually, it's really nice. So overall the tank's doing really well. It's starting to turn around over the past month or two. Well, past month. The last month was quite stressful with cyanobacteria and all, but everything is growing now. I was going through quite a long phase of corals were out but not growing at all, or if they were growing it was very slowly. But now they're starting to pick up a little bit as the tanks get a little bit more mature. I think we're 8 months in, nearly 9 months in, I think, 8 or 9 months mature, which is I mean, it's pretty mature. But after you get past that 1 year mark, the tank really starts to settle in, as in you don't get any hair algae issues. You've got no algae in the tank whatsoever. The tank starts taking care of itself, is what I mean. corals start settling in, they start growing, they start thriving off. So before this video gets far too long, I'm going to end this here. So even though it's been, I think it's been nearly a month actually, I think 3 weeks since my previous video, not even that much to update really. New coral, a little bit more livestock, well just a few shrimps that I don't really see much really because they only come out at night. But I will get some more zoas in, maybe next week, probably in the week after actually. Want to get a pistol shrimp and goby pair. I'm going to keep searching around, see if I can get a pair of those, because that would be cool to add into the tank, get a couple more fish into the tank. As for coral, well, as I just said, just going to get those zoas soon, and then for SPS I'm going to hold off for the next few months, because I don't think the tank's quite ready for some SPS to be added into the tank quite yet, so I'm going to hold off on that, let everything else settle in. So I will do another video soon. I do have a plan for next week. My dad's going to do a video on my tank actually, so look on his channel if you want to see that. And I'm going to do a video on his tank, maybe next week, maybe the week after, because I haven't done one on his tank for quite a while now. So I guess I will see you guys next week with another update. Yeah, bye.